Hey Soul Family, how are you? It's me. Um, just here to talk to you about crystals and how to use crystals and communicate with your crystals, get them to communicate with you. I have been a huge fan of crystals and I've been using them for over 20 years. So, for a very long time, long before my awakening, I was never a full sleeper. I've always been partially awake, but I don't consider my awakening officially happening until like last summer, so right around a year ago. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about these because they're so powerful and they're such amazing friends to have when you learn how to utilize their friendships and utilize their energies. Um, and science is now discovering the power. Well, they've known for a long time. So this is a piece of quartz crystal, and as you know, like a motherboard or a cell phone or most pieces of technology can't even operate without a quartz crystal or some sort of crystal. So there you have it. I mean, that's evidence in itself. Like the very cell phone in your pocket, or that you're even watching this video with, is being powered by a crystal. So their power is scientifically proven. What they do is the way that they work is each one has a different energy signature, so they all vibrate on a different frequency. And that's why you can read about different things that they'll do where, there's different metaphysical properties that they have, but even a lot of healing properties that they have. That's why a lot of massage therapists use them, and people doing energy work utilize them and their power. So these are some very good friends of mine that I would like to introduce you to before we kind of get started. So this one right here is absolutely stunning. I found this guy. As most of you know, I was recently down in Sedona, and this stone manifested to me, and I'm almost 100% certain it just manifested out of the astral. I found it at my campsite down in Sedona, and it is literally comprised of so many different stones. You can see some quartz right here. I don't know what this is. It might be garnet. It looks a lot like garnet. It's got some granite in there. I'm not sure what the silver is either, but this thing vibrates like crazy. I mean, its vibration literally is like buzzing you when you touch it. It's extremely powerful. So for some reason, it manifested itself to me down in Sedona. So I brought it with me, and it's a very good friend now. This one right here is actually a dragon's tooth, believe it or not. Just kidding. It really looks like one, though, doesn't it? It's really interesting. This is actually a piece of petrified wood so ancient that it's actually started to turn into quartz crystal. So you can obviously see that. And I got this. If you saw my video about the ancient giant trees, there is so much petrified wood down there, you would not even believe it. It absolutely proves my. It's not a theory, but it basically proves the concept about those ancient giant trees, the ones I talked about that were miles high in ancient times, probably around 250,000 years ago or longer, maybe millions of years ago. But there's so much petrified wood down there. You should go back and watch my video about the ancient giant trees, because I show the landscape. You can actually see the tree stumps. They call them mesas, but guaranteed they're not mesas. Anyway, this one right here is a piece of kyanite, and I have used this so many times. Oh, just to let you know, so the petrified wood is really good for grounding. This kyanite is amazing for everything. It will actually recharge your stones, because they are living beings and they do get tired and they need to be energized. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can actually put them outside in the sun for 12 hours or 12 to 24 hours, or the moonlight works as well, or you can bury them like 6 inches deep in the ground, and that will energize them. Or you can just use a piece of kyanite and have the kyanite touching it for 12 hours or longer, and it will literally empower your stone. And I've used this piece of kyanite to connect with some really powerful beings as well. This one vibrates like crazy too, and I can meditate with this and have some pretty incredible experiences. This is a piece of blood. This one is jumpy. That's why I got it, because it literally jumped out of the basket at this cute little store in my town that has like all these metaphysical things at me, and it's ever since I've had it, it's been jumpy like that. It loves to just jump around. It's a very active stone, but bloodstone is really good for grounding. Quartz is good for just about anything, meditation, and you can stick them on your third eye or hold them in your hands when you're meditating, or put them on a chakra. There's just a ton of things that they can do. This right here is a piece of serpentine, and serpentine's really powerful as well, great for meditation. A lot of these have so many different healing properties and metaphysical properties. I'm not naming all of them. I'm giving you the very basics. But this is labradorite. I got this stone. Let me see if I can get it to show. It's the other side. I got this stone because it blew my mind. When you get it in the right light, it literally has an ancient map of the earth on it. So it created, through the Akashic records, a map of the earth back when Atlantis was on the earth. And I'm trying to get you to see it. You can see part of it right here. That's one of the continents. Here's another continent. Here's Africa. Anyway, you can kind of see, but it's not nearly as powerful as it is when you see it in real life. But labradorite's also very good for meditation and connecting with the astral. This is a piece of citrine, and I use citrine for a lot of different things. Can't think of the exact thing that it works for at this moment. But here is a piece of blue apatite, very beautiful crystal, very powerful, and again, very great at helping you during meditation. Will actually help you connect to blue beings. This is a piece of lapis lazuli. I'm in love with lapis lazuli. Again, another one great for meditation and connecting in the astral. Also, it works with the throat chakra, so it's great for communication. If you need to communicate, or do a speech, or some sort of presentation, it's great to keep that on you. This is a piece of fluorite, and fluorite is very good at removing negative energy or negative frequencies. Anyway, there's a bunch of them. This one right here was a piece of rose quartz. I have a friend who does some very powerful work who basically wrung this one out. It used to be very bright pink, and then it went to a purple, and now it's gone almost completely white. But I'm trying to see if I can heal it. I do, actually, yeah, because I just started working with it yesterday. It does look like there's some pink coming back into it. Nice. Yeah, it was almost completely white when he gave it to me yesterday. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. Anyway, there's many more. Here's some moonstone. I have a lot of... Here's some blue lace agate. So there's so many different ways to connect with your crystals. The main thing you want to do, though, is get to know them. They like doing work. They don't like just sitting. They love to connect with you and do something. They love being active. And so even if you're not using them all the time, because you're not going to use all of your crystals all of the time, definitely give them love and give them attention. I like to kiss them. I like to pick them up and rub them. I like to also use sacred geometry grids, because they can do healing, and you can do some energy work with them by placing them different ways on your grid, or also even just putting them in the grid to help with their healing process and whatnot. So there's a lot of things that you can do with your crystals, but you want to make sure they are getting the attention that they need, and that they're being utilized and not just sitting on a shelf or whatever. Wanted to tell you a story, though. I have one of my very closest friends years and years and years ago had some crystals, and he was sleeping, and he was in the middle of a dream, and there was somebody talking to him, and he just heard a voice, and it was telling him something, and I can't remember what it was. He told me the voice was telling him. But as he started to come out of sleep and into full beta consciousness, the voice faded from actual words into a vibration, and as he opened his eyes, he saw the stone on his the crystal on his windowsill vibrating. So the crystal was actually talking to him and communicating to him in his dream, while he was in the dream state. And those types of things can happen. You will have experiences if you meditate with stones and crystals. It's inevitable, but you just have to get to know them. So here's another way that you can get to know them. You can hold them. I typically do it with my fingertips like this. Close my eyes and kind of just feel their vibration. I can feel this quartz right now. And they all vibrate at different resonance. You can feel them at different, they have a little bit different buzz to them when you feel their vibrations. But just do that and get to know them. Let them know that you're conscious of them, that you are wanting to work with them. Speak very positively to them. They're very amazing friends to have, and they are alive. Keep that in mind. Oh, and here's another thing that I do sometimes, not all the time, but when I feel like I need to. I have this leather pouch, and this one right now that I'm working with, this is an amazing stone right here. It's called Kambala Jasper. You may have seen this. It looks like a turtle shell. Let's see if I can get it out here. So I've been working with, I just felt like I needed to work with my Kambala Jasper. Kind of funny too that I wore this color, because it's in complete sequence with this, because I only put this on because I felt like I needed to wear these colors today. That's weird. And I didn't even really put that together until now. But this is Kambala Jasper, beautiful stone. And you don't have to get them tumbled. You can get them in their raw form if you want, or whatever resonates with you. They're just nice to have when they're tumbled, because they're easy to carry around in your pockets or in a pouch like this, or on jewelry and whatnot. So, but anyway, that Kambala Jasper is really good for growing plants, and another one that's great for working in the astral. But if you stick it like in a plant pot, it'll really help that plant grow healthy and strong, and it's a great grounding stone as well. But anyway, did I cover everything? Yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Just make sure you talk to your crystals, and not even necessarily with words, but when you hold them, and use your fingertips. Typically, that's what I do. That's how I feel their vibrations the best. But you'll feel a difference between like this blue lace agate and like this celestite. Yeah, there's a big difference in their vibrations. But it's a skill just like anything that you have to get good at through practice. So even if you don't notice it or feel it right away, if you're new at working with crystals, then it'll come. But let me know if you have any questions. I just wanted to teach you how to communicate with your crystals and get them to communicate with you. And I hope this video is helpful. As always, so much love and light to all of you. I'm so grateful for all of you and all of your support and all of the kind words and comments that you guys leave. Feel free to email me or message me or contact me in any way that you would like. If you have any questions or want to talk more about crystals and how they work and how powerful they are. But yes, study up on them and learn as much as you can, and they will change your life. I've been working with them for a long time, and there's a reason why. Because I feel them and I notice the changes in my life as I work with them. So have a fantastic rest of your week, and sending so much love and light, and we'll talk to you soon.